Yo, what's up, GG Nation, GG Legion? It's your fella again, Straussman, the GG. And welcome to another episode of a Detroit Pistons fan. Talks about NBA free agency. Since it's been a couple days, most of the signings that are happening, there's still a few things to be done, maybe a couple trades here. Boogie still needs to sign. And we'll get to the big one that everybody is talking about right now that happened yesterday. Well, I want to thank you guys. Thank you so much for 17,000 views. It has been awesome. Having so much fun doing this. Hopefully we'll get a podcast this week, possibly. We'll see. I will definitely have a spoiler cast with Ant-Man and the Wasp. Probably Sunday or Monday. With my buddy Night Phase. We'll collab on that again. But let's get right into it. I just want to start out with saying, within 30 minutes of 12 a.m., at 12:30 a.m., within 30 minutes, about $600 million was spent on free agency already. That's absolutely insane. But let's talk about the big one first that happened yesterday. I don't want this video to be too long. I just want to talk about it with you guys a little bit. Everybody's talking about it. And I just want to see what moves you guys think still can happen and what moves I think are still going to happen. Because there's still a lot to happen. I mean, there's a lot going on still. But a lot of the huge names, the top tier guys signed. And of course being the king himself, LeBron James, signing with the LA Lakers for 4 years, $154 million, I think. 3-1 option. Very much like the Paul George deal, 3+1. I really personally think he still should have went to Philadelphia. I think if he wanted a big title shot like right now, it would have been Philly. I was really shocked. I'm not shocked that he signed with the Lakers. I'm shocked that he signed with the Lakers without another star there. Because the original plan, pretty much, I guarantee you, was Paul George. He was hoping to have Paul George there with him. But, that fell through. And he didn't panic and overreact. He didn't, go back and sign with Cleveland or anything like that. But to be fair, with him in Cleveland, he gave a lot of those guys those contracts. They're stuck with those big deals now with JR and Tristan Thompson and a few others. He was the biggest reason for that. So I think Magic will have much more control of the situation. I think it's an interesting move. I didn't think he would go west. I think going to the harder place, because his streak will end. He will not make the finals this year unless they get Kawhi somehow, which they're going to have a huge amount of pressure to do because of Paul George. Paul George said the same thing Kawhi said. I'm tired of I don't want to be here with the Pacers. I want to go to LA, play for my home city. And he ended up being blown away by the Thunder. Congratulations to Sam Presti, Russell Westbrook, and the Thunder for pulling that off. And I know we'll get into the Thunder a little bit, but the King signing with the Lakers is huge. I think the Celtics and Lakers, it's good for the league for them to be relevant again, because I think it's really good. It's a great rivalry. But as of right now, is Lakers roster. Don't kill me, Lakers fans. I know you guys are thinking title dreams. And right now, you're like second favored to win the title, which is a joke. I'm sorry. That's anybody that watches basketball knows that ain't reality. They should not be. The Celtics are a much better team right now than the Lakers are. We'll see in the future. Things could change in an instant. I'll break the breaking news for you guys. But going out west without another star and a lot of non-shooters, they signed Lance Stevenson, who is. He's not good in sitting in the corner and shooting. He needs to handle the ball. They just signed Rondo like just a few moments ago. They let Randall go. Obviously, they can't pay Randall the big money. They're not going to have, as of right now, they're not going to have any money for Boogie. They signed JaVale McGee. Shaq didn't fool himself. But he has 2 rings with the Warriors. He played really good for the Warriors, but they pried him away from the Warriors. So you make the Warriors instantly weaker right off the bat. I'll probably start doing these in live streams. It'll be a little bit easier to do so I can interact with you guys a little bit more. I know that's like the #1 requested feature. But let's get back on track. and there was someone else. I think that was it. I think that's all they signed right now. As long as they, a trade could happen. A three-way trade definitely could happen, or anything like that. Alonso could be on his way out of being a Laker. It's just really interesting. The Rondo signing is just really interesting to me. I was assuming the Pelicans would want to keep him, but as of right now, a lot of people assume the Lakers are going to automatically get in the playoffs, make a run. I don't think so. I think the Denver Nuggets won 50 games last year and didn't make the playoffs. So I think it's going to be really hard for LeBron. I think there's still a chance they get a low seed in the playoffs, but they're not gonna do any damage this year. And I'm shocked that LeBron's content with that. Him being 33, going to turn 34 this year. This was probably more a family decision. I would say more like 65% of this was for his family. They already live in LA in the off season. He doesn't want to move little Brony, and he probably wants to play with Brony. I think this decision, I don't think he suits up for another team. I think this is it. Again, he's going to be 34 this year, and he looked so visibly tired in this year's finals by working by himself. And I don't know. I don't know if the cast is that much better than Cleveland's right now. Definitely Kuzma and Ingram, but are they going to be on the team? To get Kawhi, I bet they want those guys. So to get Kawhi now, the Spurs will rob them. But if the Lakers really want Kawhi, they got to go get him now because there's no guarantee. I think Philly and the Celtics are going to make a huge bid to get Kawhi and try to blow his socks off because again, Kawhi, it's just a knee-jerk reaction. Him, it is hurt. Like he is hurt emotionally from the Spurs. The trust is gone. It's broken. They're going to try to fix it. It's very strange to see this from the Spurs. But it's just really interesting about the Lakers. Tell me what you guys think about the Lakers. But if they let that Paul George situation happen again, I don't think you take that. If you got the assets to go get him now, just go get him now. Build that chemistry now. Get it done now. That's what the Spurs are banking on. But the Lakers, they might be banking, hey, he's gonna not play this year and he'll be a free agent. We can just sign him. I wouldn't count that. I think the Celtics and Philly can definitely. He goes to a winning organization and see the talent, especially the Celtics. They have the most to give. But Philly's on the rise, man. And I still think LeBron should have went there. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, the Ben Simmons can't shoot. I understand that, but it'd probably be very similar to the Rockets and Chris Paul. Like LeBron would take a break for a little bit, and then Ben would go on the bench, and then LeBron will run the team for a little bit and go. Philly's still very, very good. The East is wide open. I think Raptors firing Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey, was a knee-jerk reaction to losing to LeBron again. So I don't know. I think us Pistons fans getting Dwayne Casey, a lot of people were like, eh. A lot of Pistons fans, eh. But I think it's really good. I think it's a blessing in disguise because you know what? He develops players. And that's kind of the failure, as much as I love Stan Van Gundy and how hard-nosed he is and how he expects and demands a lot from his players. Dwayne Casey does a better job developing his players, and I think that's what you need for sure. And I think Luke Kennard will get better development. We got 2 guards in the draft. The Sixers gave us one, and then we drafted one from Miami. Both look very good. One's a good defender and 3-point shooter. The other one's a kind of a JR type, gets hot type of guy, microwave type of player. But let's talk about the Thunder and Paul George. I think that was big. It's awesome. We know Melo was not gonna opt out. He is not gonna make $27 million anywhere else. I think you run it back. You give it a shot. Anyway, you got one more year with Melo, and you don't have to sign him back. I think it's good. They re-signed Jeremy Grant, which is good. They're getting Robertson back. They just signed Nerlens Noel. I think that'd be a great backup for Steven Adams for sure. Absolutely. So that's a huge win for the Thunder. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, the Thunder had 3 MVPs. They let them all go and they messed up. The Thunder definitely learned from their mistakes, but I'll tell you this right now: if all three of those guys were still together, Durant would still be the only MVP. That Russell wouldn't be an MVP, and James Harden wouldn't be an MVP. It would have been really hard to play all three of those guys together, and that was the biggest issue. You know, Russ grew so much better when Harden left. He had the ball in his hands more, especially when KD left, and he averaged triple double. I know he did it again last year, but I was like, literally that went to the last game, and he kind of stat padded in that game. And a lot of people say Russ will stat pad anyway. Well, I don't believe that. I think the guy just plays with so much heart, and he has so much ferocity and tenacity, and that's what I love about Russell Westbrook. He might hate my team and might hate the city of Detroit, but I respect the guy so much because he plays so hard. And I think him and PG are a great dynamic duo. I think that's fine. I don't think it's an issue. I think PG needs to rise to the occasion a little bit better. If PG, averages his 21 points or whatever it was last year, his All-Star campaign year with the Thunder, they would have won that Game 7 against Utah Jazz. But, man, the West just keeps getting better. Really interesting. Great moves by the Thunder. Great moves. Interesting moves. I don't want to say great. The great move was getting LeBron. It's what they do next. Again, with the Pelicans, I'm interested to see they signed Elfrid Payton instead of Rondo, which that was a big shock to me because Rondo played so damn good for them. And a lot of teams have a lot of issues with Rondo because of his jerkiness, just being a jerk. I don't know the guy. I ain't going to speak on that, but it's just what that's been reported and stuff. And, he just kind of has that arrogance about him. And the Pelicans, it just worked. It worked so well for him. But getting Payne, and I'm pretty sure they're going to sign Boogie back unless the Lakers are able to trade Dang really soon, which is going to happen probably. Dang and Noah will probably get traded somewhere and then bought out and probably go to the Timberwolves to join Tibbs again. I think that's what will happen for sure, for cheap. But as of right now, they got no cap. They got no cap to sign any they have no cap to sign Boogie. So I think if I was the Lakers, I would have made that play. I would have tried to pair Boogie. Because, again, if he would have went to the 76ers, he would have had Embiid. And he never played with a center like Embiid. Someone that can spread the floor, play post, plays defense, and hustles. Embiid would have been a perfect fit. I would have loved to see him play with, my team, Blake and Andre Drummond. He would have made them so much better. Pistons got Glenn Robertson III. It's a good stretch wing. I've seen him play really good against us when he was in a Pacers uniform. He was dunk champion 2 years ago. Very athletic guy. Shoots a lot of three. I don't know how good his defense is, but I trust Dwayne Casey and the awesome staff he built. He took some of the best pieces from the Bucks and many other teams. He's building a great coaching staff in Detroit. So I'm really excited to see how he handles Blake, Drummond, Reggie Jackson, and everybody. Luke Kennard, Henry Ellison, the two Kyrie Thompson, and I forgot the other one we drafted from. I forgot his name. Sorry, but looks good. We'll see. Again, we don't have a lot of cap. I think we signed Jose Calderon, which I think is a good vet guard, a good move. I know the Sixers lost Bellinelli and Irisan Ilyasova, which is really interesting. That was a big part of their depth. But Redick is back. He came back on a cheap deal. But I think, it's a really fun, crazy free agency that's been going on. I'm trying to remember any other big time moves. Let me just check really quick here. Yeah, I know Jokic got a max deal. We don't need to talk. He deserved that. I'm shocked they gave Will Barton that much. I think Doug McDermott to Indiana, it seems like too much, $22 million for 3 years. But I think that's a really good fit for him. I think he'll play really, really good there. Joe Harris resigns. Chris Paul, obviously, signed his max deal. I think the Rockets losing Trevor Ariza was big, but they're got to get Clint Capella back. And I guarantee they will. I think they will. I think all along Chris Paul and Clint Capella was their big goal anyway. They still have PG Tucker and Ryan Anderson and a few others, but losing Ariza hurts. I think the Suns did a good job signing him to a 1-year deal, drafting pretty well. I think the Suns drafted really, really well. So I think they could, they'll probably still lose a bunch of games, but it's a nice young core. Of course, Ariza is a nice vet presence. I'm shocked he signed so quickly, to be honest with you. Again, none of this is official till July 6th until they actually really sign on down the line. It's all just verbal agreements. There could be another DeAndre Jordan incident. I don't think that's going to happen. That's such a rarity to happen. And it literally only happened to DeAndre because he got locked in his room by Blake Griffin, and Chris Paul and stuff. So, DeAndre finally being a Maverick, I think that's a good move. That's a smart move for them because Noel didn't work out for them. He'll help Luka Doncic and their young point guard that was in the dunk contest a lot. I think you're going to see a lot of Lob City will definitely be in the Mavericks country. I'm trying to remember who else really quick that was really, 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 really big. I think we talked about all the big ones for sure. Yeah, Derrick Rose coming back. Bellinelli's a Spur again. We get that. The only really big domino is Boogie, and I still think Boogie's going to be. It's been reported that he'll probably lean towards the Pels again. I think that's going to happen unless the Lakers make some crazy moves. They could make a three-way trade Lonzo, trade some picks, and get Kawhi back, and then Spurs will get a little bit from everybody from those three teams. I don't know what the third team will be. I wish my team would make a trade, but I don't think we definitely don't have the assets for that or the money. Hazonia, the Eric Gordon re-signing with the Magic, I found that very strange because they got so many big guys there now. There's too much of a log jam of big dudes. They need to trade. They've been trying to trade Vucevic forever, and I think they're still going to. I think they're going to try to move him again. Re-signing Aaron Gordon, I just didn't expect. I expected him to move on. I thought he would play somebody else, but $84 million, it's hard to turn down. And I think that's all the big moves. Oh, Derek Favors re-signing with the Jazz. I think that's good. I think they paid him a little too much, $36 million. Pistons lost. Anthony Tolliver went to the Timberwolves. Great pickup for the T-Wolves. But as of right now, that's all the big moves. Lakers, Thunder, making big splashes. Houston keeping a lot of his core. I think Clint's going to stay. I think Kawhi I think Kawhi will have the Lakers will have a lot of pressure to trade for Kawhi because of the Paul George situation. The fact that Paul George didn't even meet with them is insane to me because that's his hometown. That's where he wanted to play for. But congrats to Sam Presti, the Thunder. They did not mess it up this time. They definitely kept their core. And I think they're going to be really good. I think the Thunder are going to be good to come. I think Russ is such a good player. PG's a really good player. Again, needs to step it up in the postseason. Not come under the pressure a little bit. Because when the Thunder were on. They were dominant. They blew out the Warriors twice, but then the last two times they lost to the Warriors. So they split that series 2-2. But when those first two games, they were so dominant against Golden State. They made Golden State look like a joke. And there's a huge possibility Golden State. This could be Golden State's last year of the core. Draymond might be signed away next year. Klay Thompson might be signed away next year. There's going to be teams throwing money. You're going to try to pull that team apart for sure. And obviously, KD, maybe next year KD to LA because he did a 1-1 deal, which is another. You got to give KD his due. He much as I didn't like that he joined the Warriors, he signed for cheap again. Okay, this just reported in. The Lakers gave Rondo no assurance he'll play over Lonzo, but he plans to compete for starting job. I find that really interesting because he can't shoot. And a lot of people say Lonzo's a better shooter than Rondo. I would say for sure, absolutely. Is he a better defender? No, but that's what makes Rondo so great. He's a great passer. He's a great defender. And like you said, he has that attitude comes from that defense for sure. So it's been a crazy NBA free agency. Pistons fans, tell me what you think. Do you like Glenn Robinson, Jose Calderon? I think we did our big move already. Blake Griffin was our move, and I'm excited. The East is wide open. A lot of people think Celtics won. Celtics are number one. Philly's number two, and then everybody else is just falling in line. Raptors will probably be around there, 3-4. Maybe we'll see how they do with their new head coach. Again, I think they kind of dropped the ball firing Dwayne Casey for basically no reason because he just lost to LeBron. But that was on the Raps still, man. They needed to play. They just did not show up after Game 1 of that series. So they had 59 wins that year. That was really amazing. And if you look at the Pistons now, they were very similar to the Raptors when Dwayne Casey originally got there, except with better guard play. But they were a very similar team looking. So I'm interested to see what he does in the next couple of years. I think we should be, and to be honest with you, man, the last 3 years we should have made the playoffs. We were a good enough team to do that. Injuries have killed us. Reggie had his, a career year last year, but he got hurt and missed most of his time. So it's interesting. Stan Van Gundy made a lot of moves, but let's see how Dwayne Casey and his new staff handles it. I'm sure there'll be more moves, more people traded, waived, or something like that. But Summer League's about to start. Tell me what you think. Congratulations to the Lakers fans. I know you guys are really excited about this. But again, I don't know. Maybe a playoff team, maybe not. Tell me what you guys think down below. I've been rambling for too long. Your fellow Straussman, the GG. He's outie.